You're listening to Civic Media. You can tune into any of our live shows on any radio station across the state with the Civic Media app. Find us in your phone's app store and listen anytime, anywhere. This is your WAUK Daily News Roundup for the Shaw, 101.1 FM and 540 AM in Waukesha.
For 540 WAUK News, I'm Stuart J. Waddles. Milwaukee Public Schools has parted ways with its facilities director. It comes as the district deals with a lead contamination crisis that has closed 3 schools. The move comes after Sean Kane was fined by the state for failing to maintain his architect license. The family of Sade Robinson, a 19-year-old killed and dismembered after a first date, has filed a civil lawsuit against 2 Milwaukee bars. Twisted Fisherman and Dukes on Water are named in the suit, both accused of serving her alcohol while underage. The lawsuit claims Robinson was overserved, left impaired with Maxwell Anderson, and was rendered defenseless. Anderson is the man charged with her murder. The suit seeks damages for wrongful death and emotional distress. Madison comes to Milwaukee today. Technically, West Allis is where the Joint Finance Committee is holding a listening session today. It runs most of the day, and its aim is to inform about Governor Tony Evers' proposed budget. The governor has said he wants to prevent property tax increases, lower costs for childcare, and invest in public education. This is one of 4 remote listening sessions being held by the committee across the state. Alumni might be interested in Madison Matters. Savannah Tomei Olson has more.
Big announcement from UW-Madison. We now know when the iconic Sunburst chairs and tables will be back at the Memorial Union. They'll be outside waiting for us starting Friday, April 18th. The union is holding a party that day to welcome them back home after being in storage all winter. It's free and everybody's welcome. Having chairs out on the Memorial Union looking out onto Lake Monona dates back to the 1930s. But the Sunburst chairs themselves originated in the 60s, and now they're beloved.
And that's news on 540 WAUK. I'm Stuart J. Waddles. News at the top and bottom of the hour or anytime at WAUKradio.com.
A Badger leaving Wisconsin. Hi, I'm Mike Clemens with sports. Men's college basketball. Badgers guard John Blackwell says he'll enter the NBA draft. Blackwell says it's his dream to play in the NBA. Now, as a sophomore, if he thinks there isn't enough interest, he can come back and play another year at Wisconsin. He must decide by June 15th. NBA, the Bucks beat the 76ers in Philly, 126-113. Giannis with a triple-double, including a career-high 20 assists, setting an NBA record.
I love handling the ball. You know, I love playing off the ball. When you're the primary ball handler, you just got to keep on making good decisions for the team. I try to make the best decision possible, either for myself or for my teammate.
The Brewers beat the Reds 1-0 at AmFam Field. A good night for catcher William Contreras and pitcher Nasty Nestor Cortez.
I feel like me and Contreras were on the same page all night long. I know we had a bad one in New York, but I felt like we were on the same page the whole time.
That's Nestor Cortez with Sports. I'm Mike Clemens.
On your entertainment beat, I'm Pete Schwaba. It's week 14 at the box office, and the Minecraft movie is hitting the big screen. That's right, another video game turned movie. The family-friendly film stars Jack Black, Jason Momoa, and Emma Myers. The film has not yet been reviewed. If you're in the mood for a comedy that's not ridiculously silly, check out The Friend, starring Bill Murray and Naomi Watts. Watts plays a teacher, and Bill Murray, her mentor and deceased friend, who leaves her a giant Great Dane. The film is pulling in 86% on Rotten Tomatoes, and the word on the street is that the Great Dane is an incredible actor. And finally, a movie that sounds really interesting and stars pretty cool guys named Pedro Pascal and Ben Mendelsohn. Action comedy drama Freaky Tales is about a corrupt cop, an NBA star, a female rap duo, teenage punks, neo-Nazis, and a debt collector who are on a collision course in 1987 Oakland, California. I'm curious. The film is pulling a 67% on Rotten Tomatoes, so let's go to the movies. Netflix's Adolescence is a ratings champion for the streamer. It tells the story of Jamie, a 13-year-old boy who is arrested for murdering a classmate and how his family deals with the trauma. Heavy stuff, but very well done all the way around. So well done in tackling controversial issues like toxic masculinity and social media bullying that Variety reports that the UK government feels the show is so important they are making it accessible to UK schools, parents, and teachers. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer said he watched the show with his teenage children and that it really hit home. Starmer says he thinks as many children and parents as possible should see the show and have discussions about what kids see online so parents can better support them. Starmer calls the show groundbreaking. The 4-part series was created by Jack Thorne and Stephen Graham, who plays Jamie's father. Thorne says they created Adolescence to provoke conversation about a growing crisis. It's certainly done that. If you're looking for a movie to watch and don't feel like leaving the house this weekend, check out Last Breath. The film, starring Woody Harrelson, follows a deep-sea diving crew trying to fix a pipeline on the ocean floor when one of the crew members gets stuck. The rescue mission is fascinating, as is the story about the crew member who goes without oxygen for a prolonged period of time. It will blow your mind. The movie is a quick watch and received excellent reviews. Cannibal enthusiast and actor Armie Hammer's new film will be called Citizen Vigilante after Batman fans and Warner Brothers took issue with the original title, The Dark Knight. They really didn't think that would be an issue? Variety reports Hammer plays a vigilante who takes justice into his own hands and takes down criminals and maybe has them for dinner. I added that last part. For more showbiz fun, tune into Nightlight with me, Pete Schwabo, weeknights from 6 to 8 p.m. on the Civic Media Radio Network.
I'm meteorologist Brandon Bormans. Increasing clouds today. A few showers possible late in the day with highs in the mid-40s. Showers becoming likely tonight with lows in the mid to upper 30s. On Saturday, a few showers possible early, otherwise mostly cloudy with highs in the lower 50s. It's 35 at our studios.
That's your WAUK Daily News Roundup from Civic Media. Subscribe to this podcast on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you find your podcasts. Find more news at WAUKradio.com. The national news cycle never stops, but it can be hard to find news about your local community. Civic Media is dedicated to providing quality local and state news coverage across Wisconsin. With the Civic Media app, you can get notifications about local stories that matter to you and your community. Find the free Civic Media app in your phone's app store and choose notifications from the menu to tell us what kind of news you want to hear about.